Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and this is my 2008 Ford Focus. I have used this car since high school. Now with that being said, it's definitely time for an upgrade, and I'm in the market and loving technology. Obviously electric vehicles are something that I'm starting to look at, and it's time to look at one of those. And here's our upgrade. This is the 2023 Ford Mustang Mach-E. All electric, 290 miles radius. And this car is really cool. It's a little dirty because I've really been putting it through the ringer. I have a lot to talk about in this review. And yes, it's quite the upgrade from my last car. We are going to be doing city driving, driving in the rain, country driving, even on the highway, because we are going to go on about a 3-hour road trip. This will be kind of a vlog style video. It's going to be a ton of fun because John Deere invited me to play in their Pro-Am golf tournament. I'll be playing with a professional golfer. So we'll get some video footage from there. We're going to check out the entire road trip. Again, lots to say about charging, the range, using the different features, including hands-free driving on the highway. It's a ton of fun. So let's dive into it. My full review of the 2023 Ford Mustang Mach-E.
Before we hit the road, let's quickly take a look at the interior of the Mustang Mach-E, and Ford clearly decided to go with a more luxury look. The leather, the trim, everything just looks exceptional. The battery's located beneath the car, which gives you more cargo space and storage space on the back, and there is a front trunk. The steering wheel has the classic Mustang logo and is really comfortable to hold on to. It has some nice padding. I love the way the leather and carbon fiber combo and even the speaker look all together, especially because tech's up front, and I love the focus on the speaker. These are by Bang & Olufsen. And trust me, they sound really good. And something I love, the tech up front, those large displays. First of all, the main one, the 15.5-inch vertical display with the knob down at the bottom. And a lot of people were asking me, hey, do you like that? Or do you want an all touchscreen display? And I personally love having the knob down towards the bottom. I don't need an all touchscreen in a car, to be completely honest. It's really nice to have when I want to change, the temperature of the fans, or the speed of the fans, or even the volume, or change the station, things like that. It's nice to be able to just feel it as opposed to having to look away, divert your attention to sort of see what you're doing. And then of course you have that 10.2-inch information screen, so to speak, that gives you all your info on your speed, mileage, all that good stuff, and even lets you know when you are in a blue zone, when you have cruise control on, so you can go hands-free driving. Speaking of tech, you have access to power in the trunk. You've got USB Type A, Type C in the back seat, front seat, and even wireless charging in the front seat. You can use Ford's pretty user-friendly interface or use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Also on the outside of the car, the doors are buttons. So you essentially just press a button and the door pops out, and you have just a handle to pull to open the door, which is a little bit interesting, but don't worry, if you press the button, you can't just close the door. It has to open a certain distance before you can actually close the door, so you're not gonna pinch your hand in that door. After using it for about a day, I pretty much got the motion down to just press the button and pull at the exact same time, and it works really well. Enough about this premium, sleek-looking Mustang. Let's get in and start our road trip.
Good morning. It is bright and early. We are about to head out on our road trip. I've got granola bar, coffee, seltzer water. We're all set. We're going to drive about 3 hours out to the border of Illinois and Iowa, known as the Quad Cities. 2 cities in Iowa, 2 cities in Illinois along the Mississippi River. Throughout the trip, we are going to really test out the Mustang Mach-E. I've been testing it in the city for now, but now it's time to do some more highway driving and longer range driving. One thing I love, when you put in your destination into the display, it will let you know about what your battery percentage is going to be upon arrival. Right now we're at about 97% charge. It says 278 miles, and that's more than enough to get us there. Obviously it won't get us there and back, so we will have to stop and charge either along the way or once we arrive. All right, enough sitting and park. Let's ride. We are making progress on our trip. We're about an hour 45 left, and it's time to show off the hands-free driving, which Ford calls Blue Cruise. Now, Blue Cruise is available on over 130,000 highways across the US
and Canada, and when you're on one, they're called a blue zone. So we're in a blue zone right now, and all you have to do is press the adaptive cruise control button, and it will turn the screen blue, letting you know you can go hands-free. I'm not pressing the gas, the brake. We are completely hands-free driving right now. So obviously I'm used to cruise control. That's been around for a while. My car even has it, but taking my hands off the wheel is a little scary at first, but now I'm pretty much used to it because this car does it so well. It detects when cars cut me off, it slows down, keeps a safe distance. You can even have it change lanes for you. So if I just go ahead and halfway press the turn signal, I'm not touching the steering wheel, and we just made a clean, safe lane change. It's awesome. And then we will pass the car and then cut back. It's really cool. I love using it, and it's super useful in traffic. So if there's bumper to bumper traffic, which there is a lot coming back into Chicago, that stop and go, it detects it well. People just trying to swerve over into your lane. It keeps a comfortable pace. It's stress-free, honestly. It takes a lot of stress out of driving when you're stopping and going. So this hands-free is very, very nice. Let's say, for example, you catch yourself looking in the rear view mirror a little too long. It's going to chime at you and tell you to watch the road, because there, like your phone might have, there's an infrared camera right above the middle of the steering wheel that tracks your eyes and your head position to make sure you're safe and paying attention to the road. And like I said, these seats are really comfortable. Hands off the wheel, it's just a comfortable, smooth experience. And here we are at a gas station. Why would we need to get gas? All right, just kidding. This is Casey's General Store, which actually, believe it or not, is a charging station as well. So we are just about at the end of our trip. I wanted to do a quick stop for the charge. We're at about 26%. It makes sense that it was a little lower than expected because I made some pit stops making sure the camera was in place and things like that. But now we're gonna grab our charger, and all you have to do is just plug it in, lock it in place, and it detects it. So I see the light blinking inside, and it detects it at the terminal. But we didn't just come here to charge up. We are at Casey's General Store, which has some good pizza, actually. Some gas station pizza we're gonna try. If you ever happen to run by a Casey's, they're only in specific locations, you gotta stop in and try the pizza. But quite the bummer. I set the camera up and everything. I did a one bite. Everyone knows the rules on this pizza, and the recording had stopped for some reason, but I'm almost done with the slice. And let me tell you, it's actually really good. It has a nice buttery crust to it. It's surprisingly really good, especially considering it's coming from a gas station. It's gas station pizza. It's really good. This is the classic sausage, but they do have other flavors as well. And don't worry for it, I grabbed a lot of napkins. I'm not gonna get sauce all over your car. I also want to point out, by the time I went to the restroom, grabbed some pizza, grabbed some water as well, it went from 25% to 47%, and now it's already at 60%. So it's pretty nice. Again, once it gets up to 80%, it's fast charging right now. So once it hits 80%, it needs to slow charge, similar to what your phone has to do. Once it hits a higher battery percentage to preserve that battery life, it will slow down the charge once it hits a certain percentage. There is also a button to open up the trunk. You just press it, opens right on up. And just a quick look at my golf bag, and I've got a bunch of luggage back here. Ton of space in the trunk. So the tournament's tomorrow, but I have to get a little practice in while we're here. All done golfing. It is hot out here, over 90 degrees. With the key fob or your phone as a key, just press and hold the unlock button and you can open or close the windows. I believe the lock button is going to close the windows. Unlock will have them open up so you can air out the car. Not only can you move the windows, open, close your trunk, unlock, lock, but you can actually turn on your car, which is super convenient, again, when it's really hot outside, because it will turn on the air starting my car. I hope you can tell how hot I actually am right now. It is like 95 degrees and humid outside, but the AC in this car gets cold really fast, much faster than any gas-powered car that I have ever sat in.
it's a game changer.
And what's that? John Deere Road. We are just about there.
You have arrived. We made it to the hotel. However, I wanted to talk about something that I love, especially when parking your car. If you press this camera button, it will give you a front look. If you put it in reverse, obviously there's a rear camera. That's actually a law. You have to have a camera in the back of the car. But the front camera will show you everything surrounding, which this one has markings on where to park, which I love. So I'm perfectly where I need to be. Shows you how close to the curb and how close you are to whatever is in front of you.
And it's finally here, the day of the Pro-Am. We are at TPC Deer Run for the John Deere Classic. Love walking up, seeing that deer. And the experience was just incredible. Playing alongside a professional golfer on a professional golf course is unmatched. I got paired with Stefan Jaeger, and he was incredible. His swing was so nice. It was awesome playing alongside him. John Deere really did take good care of me, so big thanks to them. And even got to go to the tournament. I highly recommend going to the John Deere Classic if you ever get a chance. It's a fun, friendly environment. The community really comes together, puts on a great event.
Okay, we are all set. Just checked out of the hotel. We're gonna make one more pit stop in the Quad Cities while we're here. The last stop before we head home is Red Band Coffee. I always stop at this place while in the Quad Cities. This is a New Orleans style iced coffee. Very unique, but delicious. And we have oh my gosh, this looks incredible. Let me show this to you. Boom. This is a chorizo and egg breakfast sandwich. So really good. Again, if you're in the area, definitely stop by Red Band. Okay, we are finally home from the road trip, and I have to say, overall, that was the least stressful road trip I've ever been on. Having hands-free driving for most of the time was incredible. And like I said, coming back into Chicago, you're going to run into traffic, which I did. And again, most of the time it was hands-free. It was braking for me, it was going, it kept a safe distance between all the cars. It was very stress relieving.
I just want to give some final thoughts on my experience with the Ford Mustang Mach-E. First of all, with charging, there's a lot of different stations around, so that wasn't an issue. However, I will say this about every EV car: I would need to have a charging station at home or one very close to me. Otherwise, it can become an inconvenience if you don't have one near your house. Big side note, driving at night, you can still use hands-free driving. It was even raining at night. It handled everything very well. And speaking of rain, it actually rained pretty hard in Chicago, so I got a lot of wet road condition driving in, and it handled it very well. No issues, no sliding around, no spinning of the tires at all. And again, the app was really useful, especially when charging at a coffee shop. I was even at a restaurant just waiting for it to charge to check the battery percentage. Also, want to point out, at night, you can get the Mustang logo. When it recognizes you're getting closer to the car, it will illuminate on the ground. It's really cool. Anyways, I know that was long. I hope you enjoyed my full coverage on the Ford Mustang Mach-E 2023. I had a ton of fun doing this. It was a different style, a little more vlog-like, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop a comment. If not, drop a comment what I can do better in future videos. Be sure to subscribe so you're notified when those future videos go live. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching.